Hello, everyone. Uh, Cohenversations number 31. Welcome. It is Tuesday, April 28th. Is that correct? Larry and Larry. It's the 28th today, right? I'm, I am so lost as far as time goes. Hi, Owen. Hi, Mona. Oh, got a bunch of people like joining right on time. I'm really impressed. You get gold stars. Thank you very much. I wanted to talk a little bit about family today. Um, a friend of mine lost his mom this morning. She was elderly and not in good health. Um, so not a huge surprise, although her family tends to be very long-lived. I'm not sure the best way to put that. Um, but needless to say, when you lose a parent, and my heart goes out to him and his brother and his sister. Um, she, because the question comes up at this point, she did have COVID. I am not aware if that was the cause of her death. Um, when it comes right down to it, who really cares what the cause of a death is? Um, but heard about that this morning, and I started thinking about the family in general. Uh, More and more over the past several weeks, um, I've been reminded about the family, and I'm not just talking about genetic family, um, because we all know that family extends well beyond that. Um, Over the years, as most of you know, I do not have any children of my own. Kais and I chose very early on not to have children. I think it was a very good choice, by the way. Um, but, over the years, I have met people, had friends, working relationships, and I've been lucky enough and touched enough to be called dad by many of those people. Um, my friend Larry's daughter called me Grandpa Greg. He thought it was going to insult me at first, and I greatly disappointed him by seeing how much I enjoyed that. Um, but I don't know that I look at myself as a parental figure. I would say I'm much more of a creepy uncle. I'd say that best describes me. But beside the point, whatever your relationship is, family is so incredibly important. And whether you as family members or they are selected for you, um, I really encourage you to not take them for granted. Um, I love her too, Larry. I love her too. Um, I look at certain things. Once again, I don't know how much all of you know about my past. Um, I lost my dad when I was 21. Um, my mom, luckily, lived a great deal longer, but I am without her now. Um, my in laws passed away quite a few years ago. So we don't have parental figures. Kais and I do not have parental figures in our life. Um, so we are very pleased and proud when people look at us that way. It is a very heartwarming feeling. But whether you are talking about parental figures or siblings or uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces, grandchildren, don't take them for granted. Please don't. Um, you never know what the future holds, whether pandemic or not. You never know what the future holds, and their presence in your life is incredibly important, particularly the family that you choose. Honestly, I'm lucky in that I have a sister that is one of my best friends. My brother and I, perhaps not as close as we should be, but I think there's a mutual respect there that I'm proud to say is there. And when we do get together for short times, we have enjoyable interactions. Um, my brother in law is a wonderful man, and I'm really happy that he and I have gotten much closer as the years have gone by. This last director's roundtable that I ran, I was thrilled to have my sister's son, my nephew, uh, participate as one of the guest directors. That was beyond thrilling for me because we have never had a chance to work together. He lives in Northern California, I work down here, and he's just a superhuman being. And so it was really exciting to be able to get together with him there like that. Um, it's funny, I was watching the other night the celebrity version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jimmy Kimmel's new production, and Will Forte was on. Now, I'm not a huge Will Forte fan. I really don't know his work. I'm not a big Saturday Night Live guy. Never saw The Last Man on Earth. I looked him up afterwards, so I know a little bit of. But he seems like a really likable guy. And as his co-contestant, smartest expert that they are allowed to bring on, he brought his dad on, and they had a great relationship. I was fascinated by it, and I really hadn't thought until I watched that I was cheated out of having an adult relationship with my father. Like I said, I lost him when I was 21. So it was always a parent-child relationship because I matured very, very slowly. I'm not quite there yet. I started thinking, what would that relationship have been like as an adult with an adult parent? I never had the opportunity to know that. Um, I suppose I did somewhat with my mom, but still, I think with a mom, it's a little different. I never had a dad male adult relationship. Anyway, if you are lucky enough to have that, experience it and remember it because not all of us do. And if you don't have actual blood relatives available for your joy and frustration and all of the things that go along with family, reach out and make those relationships. If you have someone who is someone, hey, I like this person, they're a nice person, try to get them, try to get to know them better, try to get to know them deeper so that they move from the friend zone to the family zone. Because family means having someone that you care about, that you go all out for, that you put first. And that is essential. I truly believe that to be a fully realized human being, There have got to be people in your life that come first for you, before you. So that's what I was thinking about today. Um, Many of you watching, I feel, are family. I don't know if I've ever talked to you about it, but mostly I probably have because I'm kind of an open book that way. Um, but if I haven't, it doesn't matter how often you see people, doesn't matter how often you communicate with people, but there are people who own a part of you. And I think that's what family is. So, for those of you who are my family members, I love you. Please take good care of yourselves. Um, Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Stay far apart from each other. Um, know that when all of this is over and things approach normality again, I'm going to be seeking you out to give you a great big hug. And know that before that kind of thing happens, I'm sending you a great big hug now because I don't want it to go too long without you getting a hug from me. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Take good care of yourself. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.